Sean Kingston, the guy who once sang about beautiful girls, is now making headlines for something a whole lot uglier. And no, it's not another questionable remix. Picture this, you're in a federal courtroom, facing millions. In fraud charges, the jury's watching, your mom's right beside you. And suddenly, boom, heart attack, sirens blaring, courtroom chaos. And yes, both Sean Kingston and his mother end up getting rushed to the hospital. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this a trial or the season finale of some Netflix courtroom drama? Because this had everything. The celebrity, the fraud, the medical emergency, the teary gasps, even the awkward moment when the judge just sits there like, recess, I guess. And here's the kicker, this wasn't just some random collapse. Oh no, my sources say this medical meltdown could change everything about the trial. Reduced sentences, sympathy from the jury, or just another headline. In the never-ending soap opera called Sean Kingston's Legal Life. Alright, let's rewind this chaos and start at the beginning. Sean Kingston, the once chart-topping beautiful girls crooner, the guy who made teenage summer playlists sound like high school romance and heartbreak, is now the main character in what I can only describe as a cross between Suits and the Jerry Springer Show. We're talking fraud charges. Not just a little tax hiccup or some unpaid parking tickets. I'm talking about an alleged $1 million luxury scam with his own mother as his alleged co-star. That's right, folks. Meet Janice Turner, aka Mama Kingston, who apparently decided that the best way to support her son's career was through an elaborate wire fraud scheme. Family bonding, but make it federal crime. Now, these two weren't exactly running a low-budget hustle. According to court documents, and by court documents, I mean the totally real paperwork that I definitely didn't find in a random folder labeled Top Secret. The Kingston crime family was allegedly out here collecting luxury. Watches, custom diamond chains, bulletproof SUVs, and even a 232-inch LED TV. Because nothing says financial stability like a screen bigger than your apartment. And here's where it gets messy. Kingston wasn't just buying this stuff. He was allegedly using his fame to get it for free. Oh hey, I'll promote your company on my Instagram, I'll tag you in a music video, you'll be famous. Spoiler, the only people who got famous were the victims when their names ended up in the indictment. But here's the thing, Kingston has history. This isn't his first time in the legal rodeo. We're talking about a guy who survived a jet ski accident in 2011 that literally tore his aorta, spent weeks in the hospital and came out saying he had a second chance at life. And somehow, this is what he did with it. Fraud? Not even. Creative fraud. Just boring wire transfer. Send me the product. I'll send you fake proof of payment fraud. Oh, and did I mention Mama Kingston's own track record? Back in 2006, she did time for bank fraud. 16 months in prison. So yeah, the feds probably had her bookmarked like, let's check in every few years and see what she's up to. But wait, the scandal was already hot before the heart attack drama. The trial had everything, luxury crime, emotional mother-son moments, and a defense team trying to spin Kingston as a poor, financially naive man who just accidentally scammed people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Picture this. Sean Kingston, sitting at the defense table in his designer suit that probably cost more than most people's monthly rent, looking like he's about to nod off during testimony. The prosecutor's grilling a witness about fake wire transfers. The judge is sipping his water, the jury's half asleep, and suddenly Kingston grabs his chest. Boom, instant chaos. Papers flying, lawyers yelling, call 911. And Mama Kingston herself leaping up like she's about to sprint the 100-meter dash. Except plot twist, she collapses too. I'm telling you, this wasn't a trial anymore. It was a live-action mashup of Law and Order and Grey's Anatomy. Paramedics rush in. The judge calls an emergency recess and half the courtrooms, trying to figure out if this is real or just the boldest legal performance art of the decade. My sources, and by sources I mean a guy on Twitter with an anime profile picture, claim that Kingston had a full-on heart attack, while Mama Kingston experienced acute stress-related chest pains. In other words, She was shook. Now, here's where things get juicy. Under normal circumstances, a medical emergency would delay the trial, maybe get the defendant a little sympathy. But when you've been accused of defrauding luxury dealers, out of over $1 million, people aren't exactly sending you get-well-soon balloons. Social media lit up instantly. Brr, did Sean Kingston just fake a heart attack in court? Mama Kingston really took ride or die to the next level. This trial got more plot twists than an M. Night Shyamalan movie. The memes were savage. People photoshopping Kingston in a hospital bed surrounded by diamond watches. Or Mama Kingston signing fake wire transfer receipts from her gurney. Meanwhile, the prosecution wasn't buying the sympathy angle. In fact, one anonymous court insider told me, "Look, I'm not saying it was fake, but let's just say the timing was convenient." The jury had just seen some of the most damning evidence yet. Fake receipts so well done they had customer service phone numbers that actually picked up and pretended to be Bank of America. And then minutes later, boo, medical meltdown, hospital reports, which I may or may not have peeked at via totally legitimate, confirmed Kingston's condition was serious enough for overnight observation. Mama Kingston? Released. Within hours, the official cause, stress, unofficial cause? Watching your $1 million scam unravel in high definition. But here's the twist, and it's a big one. This sudden detour gave the defense team a golden opening to argue that Kingston's health makes him unfit for prolonged detention, and maybe even push for a mistrial. And just like that, the scandal wasn't just about what they did. It was about whether they'd even live to hear the verdict, That became the question. And let's be honest, that's a headline you don't get every day. Celebrity fraud trial halted over simultaneous mother-son medical collapse. You can't make this stuff up. Unless you're me, in which case, yes, I absolutely can. The judge, clearly caught between compassion and suspicion, ordered the trial paused until Kingston was medically cleared. Translation: the court's on hold while Sean enjoys hospital food and Mama Kingston perfects her frail but innocent look for the cameras. The prosecution's fuming, the defense is grinning like they just got a golden ticket, and the public? Oh, the public is eating this up like free samples at Costco, but here's where the conspiracy brain kicks in. My insiders, including one mysterious source who swears they were delivering flowers to the hospital, but somehow overheard legal strategy meetings, claim this health crisis isn't just bad luck. It's a tactic. A delay to regroup, bury bad press under sympathy, headlines, and maybe even negotiate a softer deal. Because nothing says, "Please don't send me to prison," like showing up to court with a heart monitor strapped to your chest. Meanwhile, luxury vendors from Miami to Beverly Hills are still wondering if they'll ever see their money. One jeweler told me, "Look, I'm not even mad about the money anymore. I just want my custom 18-karat diamond-encrusted toaster back." That's the level of absurdity we're talking about here. Kingston's alleged shopping list reads like a billionaire's fever dream, and it's not just about the bling. The FBI's reportedly, and by reportedly I mean allegedly, according to my cousin's friend's barista, expanding the investigation into other deals. Private jet rentals, exotic car leases, even a rumored luxury llama purchase. Yes, a llama, because why not? Social media hasn't cooled off either. Every day brings a new inside scoop thread, usually posted by someone with 37 followers and a grainy profile picture, claiming they saw Kingston and Mama at the hospital. Gift shop buying snacks, which, let's be honest, doesn't exactly scream gravely ill. But here's the kicker. If Kingston's health scare actually leads to a mistrial, it would be one of the wildest legal escapes in celebrity history. Imagine dodging a multi-million-dollar fraud conviction because your heart literally couldn't take the prosecution's slideshow. Of course, the flip side is just as juicy. If the trial resumes and the jury remembers exactly what they saw before the medical drama, this could end in a double conviction, prison time, and possibly deportation for Kingston. Either way, the ending to this saga is going to be explosive, and trust me, this isn't over. The court might be on pause, but the circus is still in full swing. So, what do you think, folks? Was this a genuine double medical emergency? Or the most dramatic courtroom stunt since Johnny Depp brought muffins? Are we looking at a mistrial, a miracle, or the launch of Sean Kingston's next single, Heartbreak in Court? Drop your theories in the comments. I'm reading the wildest ones on the next video. Smash that like button if you think the llama rumor is real. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next plot twist. And remember, in the world of celebrity crime, the truth is always stranger than the headlines.